Chapter 16. 5 years later, Melody found herself standing on the sandy shores of one of the islands of Fiji. She had to keep pinching herself. Am I really here? She thought. The aquamarine blue ocean stretched before her as it lapped softly on the sandy shore. The picture was framed by a fringe of green palm trees swaying in the gentle breeze. Green palm leaves like a grass skirt. Where had she seen this before? Her newfound Fijian family of friends had made it possible for her and Richard to come to their homeland for 3 months. During that time, they had worked hard with others to set up a brand new House of Ebony Family Crisis Center. A local businessman had donated an empty building for them to use. Friends of the Fijians from Manitoba, as well as their family members, also who lived in the islands, had come alongside in every way. They helped with painting, cleaning, and preparing a homey office space for young men and women in their communities who might be experiencing a crisis pregnancy or other family crisis needs. Family Focus had donated ultrasound equipment. Local nurses joined the team of professionals and semi-professionals to offer pre- and post-abortion counseling. Just this past Sunday, Melody and Richard had been dedicated in their new ministry outreach at the Joy House of Family Worship in the city of Suva, Fiji. Melody shared her long journey about how she had experienced a crisis pregnancy in her own young life. She told the stories about founding and counseling in the centers in her hometown for so many years. Also, she tearfully shared how she had been forced to leave her own position and how she had been publicly humiliated in her community. Pastor Samosi officiated in the dedication of the new work. That's right, the son of the Fijian chief who Melody had met many years earlier. He was the one who had given her the beautiful blue Fijian sulu decorated with a map of the islands. He had wrapped it around her waist, repented on behalf of the Fijian people, and covered her shame with his prayers. A very tall, ebony-skinned Fijian angelic warrior stood guard at the newly opened Island Lands Pregnancy Crisis Center. Inside, a young woman was tearfully explaining her impossible situation to a sympathetic counselor. A group of Lord Dark's henchmen were being held at bay by the gleaming swords of some of the heavenly host. Isn't it amazing what Father has accomplished through this life? Joseph smiled a dazzling smile at his friend David. What a supernatural divine design. No one else could have thought of it, David smiled back. The rest of the heavenly host was already kneeling in reverence to their Creator God, their shimmery wings folded in awe before him as their praises ascended, recounting his wonderful victory. A new door of opportunity was opening wide for Melody and Richard. What had been such a terrible trauma for them for so many years was now being used to bring the light of restoration to other hearts. Global connections were being made. Ebony looked down through the realms and watched her earthly mother with amazement. She really wants to dance with me, Abba? She looked up at the face of her heavenly Father. Yes, daughter, she wants to dance with you in my presence. I am so looking forward to it. Abba smiled back at Ebony with his glorious golden light. He enveloped them both. The end.